Math Sayang Buhay, Math Legends! Welcome to our YouTube channel, Math Unlocked. Today, we're going to learn about a special kind of mathematics called modular arithmetic. Sounds familiar? If not, let us have first a quick and fun activity. First up, I have a series of time-related conditions for you to solve. You are tasked to determine the resulting time for each condition using a 12-hour clock format. You may pause the video if you need more time. Now, let's talk about your answers. In this case, we can simply add the hours. So 4 hours after 3 p.m. is 7 p.m. Did you solve it right? If not, let's visualize this on the clock. Imagine the shorthand pointing at 3 and longhand pointing at 12. To find 4 hours later, we move the shorthand 4 numbers forward. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4. The shorthand lands on 7, which means it's 7 p.m. Let's try a complicated one. 9 hours before 2 p.m. We can't simply subtract 9 from 2 because that would give us a negative number. Instead, let's think about counting backward on the clock. Starting at 2 p.m., we go back 1 hour to 1 p.m., then 12 noon. Keep going back until we've counted 9 hours. We'll end up at 5 a.m. of the same day. So the answer is 5 a.m. Did you get the answers right? Excellent work, Math Legends! Now, imagine if we had to find out the time 50 hours from now or 100 hours before a certain time. Counting on a clock would be a quite challenge, wouldn't it? To make things easier, we're going to explore a mathematical concept that can help us solve these problems efficiently. Let's take a closer look at a 12-hour clock. What numbers do you see? That's right, we have 1, 2, 3 all the way up to 12. Notice something interesting? After 12, we don't count 13, 14, or 15. Instead, we start back at 1 and begin the cycle again. This is what we call a cyclic pattern. Once we reach 12, we circle back to the beginning or we begin with number 1. This is different from regular counting where numbers keep increasing without end. This special kind of math with numbers with cyclic pattern is called modular arithmetic. Modular arithmetic is a system of arithmetic for integers that focuses on the remainder. Modulo, abbreviated as mod, is an operation that emphasizes the remainder rather than the quotient when dividing two integers. So we take note that we are interested in the remainder. For us to visualize modular arithmetic, let us go back when you learned your basic operation in division during your elementary. Let's take a look at the example. 13 divided by 5 equals 2. We multiply 2 to 5 to get 10. Then we subtract 10 to 13, which leaves us with 3. Let us now name the parts of the division. Let Q be the quotient, which is 2. Let N be the divisor, which is 5. Let A be the dividend, which is 13. Let B be the remainder, which is 3. The expression can be written in the modulo form as given, where A is the dividend, N is the divisor, and B is the remainder. This is read as A is congruent to B modulo N. A is congruent to B modulo N can also be expressed in the notation A equals NQ plus B, where A, B, Q, N are elements of integers. So we can write 13 divided by 5 equals 2 with the remainder 3 in modular notation. Let us look back with our example. 13 divided by 5 equals 2, remainder 3 can be written as 13 is congruent to 3 modulo 5. Note that in this equation, we disregard the quotient and focus on the dividend, the remainder, and the modulus. For you to understand more the concept of modular arithmetic, let's practice writing in modular notation. I will give 4 exercises. You may pause the video if you need more time when writing the modular notation. Write the modular notation of the following. Number 1. 53 divided by 3 equals 17, remainder 2. The answer is 53 is congruent to 2 modulo 3. Number 2. 48 divided by 5 equals 9, remainder 3. We have 48 is congruent to 3 modulo 5. Number 3. 8 divided by 3. First, we have to do division. 8 divided by 3 equals 2, remainder 2. So the modular notation is 8 is congruent to 2 modulo 3. Question number 4. 55 plus 8 divided by 10. Here, we must solve first the expression before writing it in modular notation. 55 plus 8 equals 63. 63 divided by 10 equals 6, remainder 3. Thus, the answer is 63 is congruent to 3 modulo 10. Did you get all the answers right? If so, excellent job, Math Legends! Now that you can write the division operation into modular notation, how would you use this concept for clock arithmetic? Let us try to solve this. Determine the time 11 hours after 5 p.m. I will give you 10 seconds to answer that. "11 hours after 5 p.m. can just be written in shorthand as 5 plus 11 equals 16. But 16 is beyond 12. Therefore, to determine the number by which the hour hand points, we use the concept of modulo. 16 divided by 12 equals 1, remainder 4. Since the remainder is 4, then the hour hand points at 4 o'clock. And since it has completed 1 12-hour, based from the quotient, then it would be AM. The answer is 4 AM. To verify the answer, let's illustrate using 12-hour clock. From 5 p.m., we count 11 units, from 6, 7, 8, up to 4. As you can see, the short hand pointing on 4 and the long hand pointing on 12, making it 4 a.m. Now, how about this? Determine the time 16 hours after 8 o'clock. The problem suggests adding 16 from 8 leading to 8 plus 16 equals 24. But 24 is beyond 12. Therefore, to determine the number by which the hour hand points, we use the concept of modulo. 24 divided by 12 equals 2, remainder 0. What have you noticed in the remainder? You are correct. It is 0. What do you think is the time that corresponds to 0 in a 12-hour clock? Yes, you are right. It's 12 o'clock. Having 0 is the same as an hour hand pointing at 12 because among the numbers from 1 to 12, 12 generates a remainder of 0 when divided by 12. Therefore, it is the same as 12 o'clock. Let us now proceed to example 3. Determine the time 10 hours before 6 o'clock. Subtracting 10 from 6 gives us negative 4. Remember from our earlier example that 12 is 0 in clock arithmetic. To account for the negative value, we move backward 4 hours from 12. This places us at 8 o'clock. Therefore, 10 hours before 6 o'clock is 8 o'clock. As you notice, this can be solved mathematically by means of 6 minus 10 equals negative 4. Now, determine the quotient that will give a remainder between 0 and 11. Note that if we use q equals 1 to substitute a equals nq plus b, we will have a remainder of negative 16, which is not between 0 and 11. Therefore, we use q equals negative 1 to get negative 4 equals 12 times negative 1 plus 8. In this case, we already generated a remainder of 8, which is between 0 and 11. Hence, the answer is 8 or 8 o'clock. Aside from modulo 12, we can use different divisors. For example, modulo 7. In this case, what are the possible remainder for a number in modulo 7? So we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now, use the figure to answer 1 plus 4 and 3 minus 12. 1 plus 4 equals 5. Since 5 is already less than the divisor 7, then 5 is already the answer. In number 2, 3 minus 12 equals negative 9. Since negative 9 is not between 0 and 6, then we apply modulo. Negative 9 is congruent to 5 modulo 7. 5 is a remainder because negative 9 equals 7 times negative 2 plus 5. You can also use repeated addition of the divisor until a number between 0 and 6 is achieved. For instance, negative 9 plus 7 equals negative 2 plus 7 equals 5. And did you know that this modulo 7 can be used to determine the days of the week given a specific day? Let us assign numerical values for each day of the week. Sunday, 0, Monday, 1, Tuesday, 2, Wednesday, 3, Thursday, 4, Friday, 5, Saturday, 6. Let us explore. If today is Tuesday, what day will it be in 5 days? We use 2 for Tuesday and add 5 before solving its modulo. Let x is congruent to 2 plus 5 modulo 7. Since 2 plus 5 equals 7, we have x is congruent to 7 modulo 7. So x is congruent to 0 modulo 7. Note that 7 gives a remainder of 0 when divided by 7. Hence, 0 in its equivalent day is the answer. Since 0 is Sunday, then the answer to the problem is Sunday. Therefore, if today is Tuesday, it will be Sunday in 5 days. This can be verified using the days of the week calendar. From Tuesday, we count 5 days to arrive at Sunday. Another real-life application of modulo is the ISBN. Do you know what is ISBN? ISBN, or International Standard Book Number, is a product identifier used by publishers, booksellers, libraries, internet retailers, or other supply chain participants for ordering, listing, sales records, and stock control purposes. There are 5 elements of ISBN. Prefix element can only be 978 or 979, always 3 digits. Registration group element identifies the country, geographical region, or language area participating in the ISBN system. 1 to 5 digits. Registrant element identifies the publisher or imprint, up to 7 digits. Publication element identifies the edition and format of a specific title. And check digit, final digit that validates the rest of the digits. There are ISBN 10 and ISBN 13. But for today, we will focus to ISBN 13. To solve for check digit of ISBN 13, we use the formula. Kindly take note this formula in solving the check digit of the ISBN. In this formula, D1 to D12 are the digits of ISBN from left to right, while D13 is the check digit or the final digit in the ISBN 13. Notice, in this formula, we multiply 3 to even subscripts to show that each digit has a weight of only 1 or 3. Also take note the part of the formula where D1 to plus 3D12 mod 10 is in modulo 10, so the value is only from 0 to 9. Let us now try to solve ISBN 13. Determine the ISBN check digit of the book, Bata Bata, Paano Ka Ginawa by Luwalhati Bautista. The first 12 digits are 9, 7, 8, 9, 7, 1, 1, 9, 0, 0, 9, 7. Let us first determine D sub 1 to D sub 12. So D sub 1 equals 9, D sub 2 equals 7, D sub 3 equals 8, D sub 4 equals 9, D sub 5 equals 7, D sub 6 equals 1, D sub 7 equals 1, D sub 8 equals 9, D sub 9 equals 0, D sub 10 equals 0, D sub 11 equals 9, D sub 12 equals 7, and the missing is D sub 13. Then we have D sub 13 equals 10 minus 9 plus 21 plus 8 plus 27 plus 7 plus 3 plus 1 plus 27 plus 0 plus 0 plus 9 plus 21 mod 10. Compute first operations on the parentheses. Solving that, we get 133. So we have D sub 13 equals 10 minus 133 mod 10. Solving 133 mod 10, this is equal to 133 is congruent to 3 mod 10. We get the remainder 3. So we have D sub 13 equals 10 minus 3, D sub 13 equals 7. Therefore, the ISBN 13 of Bata Bata Paano Ka Ginawa is 978-97119-00977. Did you understand our discussion for today? That's wonderful, Math Legends! In the meantime, that ends our discussion for today. This is your teacher, Math Unlocked. Enjoy math learning. Matsayang buhay!